Hi, Democrats. Today is Friday, February 25th. It's the last Friday of Black History Month. Um, Happy Friday. Representative Jason Lowe was scheduled to join me today, but he got stuck in a pretrial conference, so he won't be able to make it today. But what we were going to talk about was Black political history. So I'm going to have to carry it all by myself without an elected official to join me. So, biggest news today, President Biden announced his nominee for the Supreme Court. Her name is Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson um, uh, for the Supreme Court position. Super excited. This is Black history, whether she makes it through or not. But she's a Black woman in America who's being nominated, which means she is more than qualified. But whether she makes it through or not, it's just put that picture back up, please. It's history that she was nominated. It's history that the president made the promise and he followed through. And just this picture is Black history. Look who is flanking the president. Super excited. Just had to let y'all see that just a little bit longer. Alrighty, so that's big history. I am grateful to an adult president who makes a promise and follows through, and who understands that diversity is intentional. Alrighty, so next thing I want to talk about. On this day, February 25th, in 1870, Hiram Rhodes Revel was the first African American to be sworn into the U.S. Senate. It took Oklahoma a lot longer just to get an African American in Congress. It took us all the way until 1995. He was a Republican. You may have heard of him. It was J.C. Watts. He served from 1995 to 2003. I want to talk about him just a little bit because he was the first African American to be elected for a statewide position. He ran and won as corporation commissioner, and he was the first African American to be elected to Congress south of the Mason-Dixon line post Reconstruction. That is crazy, but that is today in Black history. And I wanted to talk about Hiram Rhodes Revel being the first African American to be sworn into U.S. Senate because today was the news that was leaked yesterday, but it is made official that Oklahoma U.S. Senator James Inhofe sent over his letter of resignation for his seat. Now that resignation goes into effect on January 3rd. I have been getting all kinds of questions. People are in my Facebook inbox. People are tweeting me in my DMs, calling me, texting me. It's all over the place. People are saying, so how does this work? Does the governor get to appoint? Why is his resignation all the way till January? What happens? So there's something in our law that says that if he announced his resignation before March 1st, that triggers a special election. And so the election to replace Inhofe will be on the November ballot. Big things happening. If he would have waited until March 2nd, which is just next week, if he would have waited a few more days, then the governor would have had an opportunity to appoint. And whoever the governor would have appointed would have been there for 4 years. Without having to go through an election, they would have finished out the remainder of Inhofe's term. They would have been there for 4 years. But then there's the catch. They would not have been able to run. So this way, this allows someone to run and earn it on their own merit. So that means that a Democrat has a shot, because if the governor would have appointed, he would have had to, by our laws, he would have had to have appointed a Republican because the senator that stepped down was a Republican. This way, everyone has a shot. And that's, please take that down. And that is the reality. Thank you, Crystal. But no. But the reality is now everyone has a shot. I have spent the majority of the last 24 hours talking to candidates, talking to people about what candidates I should be talking to about running for that seat. There are a couple of really interesting names. So I want you to be tuned, stay tuned. We're in for a big race. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening. I personally am excited because I think that the candidates that I'm talking to are the kind of candidates that get Democrats excited and get Democrats to come out of their house and actually participate in the process. So, big deal. We have 2 Senate seats that will be on the ballot in November. We have 5 congressional seats that will be on the ballot in November. We have 101 state House, and I think something around 22 in the state Senate. Lots of races. And that doesn't even take into account how many municipal races we have, county clerks, county commissioners, just a ton of elections that you can get involved in. Now, I looked over my spreadsheet. There are still a lot of positions where we need candidates, and we have 49 days. If you are thinking about running, let me say this, as a Democrat, this is the year. And I know I'm supposed to say that, but here's the thing. We have 2 U.S. Senate races, 5 congressional races, and a governor's race that are going to be on the ballot this year. The amount of money, the amount of energy that's going to be spent all over the state, the amount of attention from outside the state and inside the state that's going to happen. There are going to be some candidates that are running in down ballot races that are going to be swooped up, and they're going to benefit from what's going on. So if you're a Democrat who's been tossing around the idea of running, let's talk, because this is the year to do it. This is the year where we actually have a real chance. That sounds defeatist, but that's the truth. We actually have a real chance. The filing deadline is April 15th. We have 49 days to get you filed, get you set up, get you ready. And directly a week after that, we're doing candidate training. Talk to you. So if you're thinking about running, let's talk. If you know somebody who you would vote for, give me their information, because we need to have those conversations. I've been begging, and I'm going to continue to beg. Help me find a candidate that you can support. Help me find a candidate that you would vote, because that's the big thing. Don't have me put names up there that you're gonna look at and not vote for. I need help finding candidates that you will vote for, that you will come out for, that you will donate money for, that you will knock doors for. That's who we're looking for right now. There are some heavy hitters on the Republican side who are going to be running because of Inhofe's seat. A couple of current sitting congressmen have already let it leak that they're going to run. And so they can't run for 2 seats at the same time. So their seats are going to be up. And that's Congressman Kevin Hern out of CD1, which is the Tulsa area. Congressman Mark Wayne Mullen out of CD2, which is Eastern Oklahoma. They've both have floated that they are interested in running. And so those seats are going to be open. So there's all kinds of opportunity. We need to seize on this opportunity. We need to grab a hold of it and get the momentum and get everybody excited about this election. So go away, think about it for the weekend, and then reach out to the party at 405-427-3366. Give us the names that you come up with over the weekend, and we'll reach out. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll be back here Monday at 4:15.